The NBA draft isn't just a night to celebrate young players coming into the league. It's also a night where all NBA offices are working frantically to improve their team for next season by any means necessary. Plenty of trades happen every year, but with tensions running high and so many angles being played, sometimes two teams will throw caution to the wind and wind up making a blockbuster deal. I'm Patrick Davis, and here are our top 10 biggest NBA draft day trades. Number 10, Pau Gasol for Shareef Abdur-Rahim, 2001. The Vancouver Grizzlies trade Shareef Abdur-Rahim and number 27 pick Jamal Tinsley to the Atlanta Hawks for number 3 pick Pau Gasol, Brevin Knight, and Lorenzen Wright. The Hawks wanted to add Abdur-Rahim, who is an Atlanta native, to a reworked front court including Tony Kukoc and Theo Ratliff. Although Abdur-Rahim made the All-Star team the following season, he wasn't able to get the Hawks to the playoffs and was traded to Portland a few seasons later. Meanwhile, Gasol made an impact almost instantly. It was in the starting lineup in a matter of games, becoming the face of the newly relocated Grizzlies. Pau had the Grizzlies in the playoffs in 3 years and continued to be the cornerstone of the franchise until he was traded for his brother in 2008. Number 9, Scottie Pippen for Olden Polynice, 1987. The Chicago Bulls trade number 8 pick Olden Polynice and 2 second-round picks and the choice to swap first-round picks in future years to the Seattle Supersonics for number 5 pick Scottie Pippen. The Sonics never got anything of value from the picks and clearly came out with the worst player. Polynice ended up averaging 7.8 points and 6.7 rebounds per game over 15 seasons on 5 teams, while Pippen had a Hall of Fame career winning 6 NBA titles with 7 All-Star appearances, 3 times on the All-NBA first team, and 8 times on the All-Defensive first team. While the Bulls clearly got the best of this deal, the Sonics didn't suffer long, drafting Shawn Kemp and Gary Payton within the next 3 years. Number 8, LaMarcus Aldridge for Tyrese Thomas, 2006. The Portland Trailblazers trade number 4 pick Tyrese Thomas and Victor Kirapa to Chicago for number 2 pick LaMarcus Aldridge and a conditional second-round pick. Aldridge would go on to be the face of the Trailblazers with 5 All-Star appearances, averaging 19.3 points and 8.5 rebounds per game in his 9 years on the Trailblazers. Thomas would only spend 4 years in Chicago, starting 95 games before being traded to Charlotte. Aldridge did eventually leave the Blazers after the 2015 season, opting to join the Spurs, while Thomas is currently playing overseas. Number 7, Ray Allen to the Celtics, 2007. The Boston Celtics trade Delonte West, Wally Szczerbiak, and number 5 pick Jeff Green to the Seattle Supersonics for Ray Allen and the number 35 pick Glenn Davis. Ray Allen joined with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to form an imposing Big Three and win an NBA championship the following season. Allen and Davis both played key roles for the Celtics over the next several years. Jeff Green was never able to overcome playing on the same team as Durant and Westbrook, and after struggling to fulfill his potential, he was traded back to Boston in 2011. West and Szczerbiak were both traded to the Cavs less than a year later. Number 6, Kawhi Leonard for George Hill, 2011. The San Antonio Spurs trade George Hill to the Indiana Pacers for number 15 pick Kawhi Leonard and the rights to Arizim Lorbeck and Davis Bertans. The Spurs shocked everyone by trading Pop's favorite player Hill for an unproven sophomore from San Diego State. Leonard was athletic and long, but a project. Deemed a fair trade at the time, Leonard has gone on to win 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards and a Finals MVP, as well as named the All-NBA First Team in 2016. Hill was a solid player for the Pacers, averaging 12.5 points per game during his 5 seasons in Indiana, before being shipped to Utah before the 2016 NBA Draft. With Bertans potentially coming to the Spurs this offseason and Leonard locked into a long-term deal, this trade has become much more one-sided than anyone predicted. Number 5, Chris Webber for Penny Hardaway, 1993. The Orlando Magic trade number 1 pick Chris Webber to the Golden State Warriors for number 3 pick Anthony Hardaway and 3 future first-round picks. While Chris Webber was the overwhelming favorite to be the number 1 pick in the 1993 draft, there was reservations about how well Webber and last year's number 1 pick Shaquille O'Neal would be able to play together. Shaq had recommended that the Magic draft Hardaway after filming the movie Blue Chips with him in the offseason. The trade was very poorly received in Orlando, but Penny quickly changed everyone's mind by leading the Magic to the finals in 1995 alongside Shaq. Chris Webber, however, had signed a very favorable contract with Golden State and was able to opt out after only 1 season, leaving the Warriors with nothing to show for it. The Magic ended up trading 2 of the picks they received in the deal and picked Mike Miller with the other. Number 4, Robert Parrish to the Celtics, 1980. The Celtics trade the number 1 and number 13 pick to the Warriors for the number 3 pick and Robert Parrish. Golden State would take Joe Barry Carroll with the first pick and Ricky Brown with the 13th. Carroll had a decent career in the NBA, and Ricky Brown only played 5 seasons before heading overseas. The Celtics used the number 3 pick to get Kevin McHale. McHale and Parrish would team up to win 3 titles with the Celtics and combine for 16 All-Star appearances. This was another in a great line of trades put together by Red Auerbach and isn't even the last on this list. Number 3, Dirk Nowitzki for Robert Traylor, 1998. The Dallas Mavericks trade number 6 pick Robert Traylor for number 9 pick Dirk Nowitzki and number 19 pick Pat Garrity. Known as one of the most lopsided trades in history, the trade isn't as cut and dry as it's commonly looked at. The Bucks had their eyes set on Robert Traylor, but didn't think he would fall to them at number 9. So they orchestrated a trade with Don Nelson and the Mavs that if they took Traylor at number 6, they would pick whoever Nelson wanted at number 9 and 19. The Mavs, knowing Nowitzki wasn't as high on any other team's radar as theirs, were confident he would fall to number 9 and made the deal. The trade still sits in infamy due to the massive difference in careers. Nowitzki is a 13-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA first-teamer, the 2007 MVP, and 2011 champion and Finals MVP. Tractor Traylor only played in the NBA for 7 seasons and never reached his potential. After years of having trouble controlling his weight, he passed away in 2011 at the age of 34. Number 2, Kobe Bryant for Vlade Divac, 1996. The Lakers trade Vlade Divac to the Charlotte Hornets for number 13 pick Kobe Bryant. Everyone remembers the deal, however, stories of how the trade came to fruition differ greatly. Kobe himself says that Hornets head coach Dave Cowens told him after drafting him that he didn't want him and were looking for a trading partner. The more commonly told story is Kobe wanted to play in LA, and his agent Arn Tellem and Lakers GM Jerry West made it happen. This story includes the fact that Bryant's agent threatened Kobe would play in Italy before he would sign with anyone other than the Lakers, and Jerry West calling other teams to talk them out of drafting Bryant. However it worked out, Vlade ended up only playing 2 seasons in Charlotte before heading to Sacramento, while Kobe Bryant went on to become one of the all-time greats, never leaving LA. I guess it all worked out for Kobe and the Lakers, and it's all that really matters, right? Number 1, Bill Russell for Ed Macauley and Cliff Hagan, 1956. The Boston Celtics trade Cliff Hagan and Ed Macauley to the St. Louis Hawks for number 2 pick Bill Russell. It's possible that this trade affected the NBA landscape more than any other trade in history. While Macauley and Hagan combined for 12 All-Star appearances and won a title together in St. Louis for the Hawks, you never question Red Auerbach. Bill Russell became the stuff of legends, winning 11 championships and 5 MVPs, along with pretty much every other award you can win. Not only did the Celtics get Russell, but they were also able to draft Tommy Heinsohn as their territorial pick due to some clever maneuvering by Auerbach. Perhaps the most interesting part of this trade, though, is the amazing story of then Celtics owner Walter Brown making a deal with the Rochester Royals to send the Ice Capades, of which Brown was the president, to Rochester as payment to not pick Russell number 1 overall. So that's our list of the biggest trades in NBA draft history. Did we miss any? Got the order wrong? Tell us in the comments below and yell at me on Twitter at It's Patrick Davis. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to Sports Talk AM 1300, The Zone.